Here's everything you need to know about Studio 666. Take us away, Dave.
The legendary rock band Foo Fighters move into an Encino mansion steeped in grisly rock and roll history to record their much-anticipated 10th album.
Let me apologize in advance for all the rock we're about to make.
Once in the house, Dave Grohl finds himself grappling with supernatural forces that threaten both the completion of the album and the lives of the band.
Oh my God!
This was released, this is a first, February 25th, 2022, which is, as this moment, technically hasn't happened yet.
We are in inceptioning.
Everything that's happening now is happening now.
Yeah.
Ludicrous speed.
Other movies that are out around now, February 25th, the February month of 2022. You got Roland Emmerich's latest apocalypse porn, Moonfall, Jackass Forever, Death on the Nile, Marry Me, and Uncharted.
This was written by Rebecca Hughes and Jeff Bueller, based on a story by Dave Grohl.
This whole project started out as a silly idea that we imagined would be like a low-budget slasher film.
Jeff Bueller is no stranger to the horror genre, serving as the screenwriter for films such as 2008's The Midnight Meat Train and 2019 The Pet Sematary Reboot, as well as a project labeled as Untitled Pet Sematary Project currently in post-production.
That Midnight Meat Train gets me every single time, man. I don't know why. It really
is
does.
Is that like what you send out to
what do you mean? Not me.
Well, somebody
like a guy. It's like I'm not a booty call. It's the midnight meat train.
You got a ticket.
Midnight.
You got a ticket to ride.
I got a golden ticket. All right. Now, Rebecca Hughes seems to be new to the genre with 2 films and a handful of episodes for different TV series.
And there couldn't have been a more perfect director for this film than BJ McDonnell, having as much of an appreciation for film as he does music, with an experience in making comedies, horrors, and music videos. We'll get more into the specifics of his career during his interview later on in this episode.
Studio 666 stars the Foo Fighters, of course. We have Mr. Dave Grohl, Taylor, don't call me Hawkins. We have Pat Schmier, who I love. I didn't know you were going to do that. That was oddly timed. Nate Mendel, Rami Jaffe, and of course, Chris Shiflett.
Joining the Foo Fighters in Studio 666 is Jenny Ortega, Will Forte, Whitney Cummings, Leslie Grossman, Jeff Garland, Marty Matulus, who will also be joining us later on in this episode, and Jason Trost.
All right, now as IMDb puts it, the film was shot in secret during the pandemic and is listed as completed status as of November of 2021.
It was shot in the lovely city of Los Angeles, California. What the fuck is up, internets? We are live at Sunray Cinema Drive-In in Jacksonville, Florida at the Studio 666 premiere here. As you can see it, playing behind me, the lovely Whitney Cummings and her top titular area. We're about to give you 6 facts about the film, and here they are, starting at 1. The idea. The story for Studio 666 was actually developed by Foo Fighters frontman Dave Grohl. It would eventually be fleshed out into a screenplay by writers Jeff Bueller and Rebecca Hughes. Number 2. The director. BJ McDonnell, no stranger to horror, comedy, music, and Foo Fighters, having directed Hatchet 3, a comedy horror, did the cinematography for many great horror films, directed some great music videos, including the 2017 Foo Fighters video for their Grammy-winning song, Run. Friends of McDonnell who worked on the 2014 Foo Fighters album Sonic Highways contacted him to let him know that Dave Grohl wanted to do a horror film and that they should meet up. Their initial meeting would take place in the house that would eventually become the infamous Studio 666 in the film.
The sound of this house is the sound of album 10.
Number 3. Inspiration. McDonnell and Grohl wanted to make a band film, drawing inspiration from the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night, and Help. Kiss meets The Phantom in the Park, and Tenacious D and The Pick of Destiny. And McDonnell, being a fan of gory horror films, drew inspiration from films like Evil Dead. Number 4. Jam session acting. The Foo Fighters are no stranger to cinematic storytelling with their thick library of funny and innovative music videos, but music videos rarely require dialogue. So how did Studio 666 achieve such natural and hilarious performances with people with little to no traditional acting experience? Director BJ McDonnell said, "We let them just rip and play themselves in a totally goofy and gore-filled story. It was also fun watching the Foos interact with actual actors. The guys are used to music videos, but in videos, the script is the song, and dialogue can be kind of hard sometimes with non-actors. I said we have script points to hit, but it'll be funnier if you all improv, so just be yourselves. And if you add comedians like Jeff Garlin, Will Forte, and Whitney Cummings, who are no stranger to improvisational acting, you get the magic found in every exchange that takes place in Studio 666. Number 5, Double Double DP. When it came to finding a director of photography, McDonnell approached Eric Leach, who he had worked with many times before. But Eric got an opportunity to work on a TV show, which McDonnell encouraged him to take, so Michael Dalator was reached out to. McDonnell said, "I had recently watched Brightburn, which he shot, and when he said he could do it, I hired him then and there." In March of 2020, everything had to be shut down due to the pandemic. When they were prepared to get back to work a few months later, the tables had turned. Now Michael Dalator was committed to another production and Eric Leach was available. So half of the film is shot by Michael and the other half is shot by Eric. And you would never know without someone telling you. Number 6, Killer Kills. Studio 666 goes hard and strong when it comes to the kills. McDonnell said, "When it comes down to kills, we wanted it to be laugh-out-loud gore. The amount of blood that was used in the chainsaw death scene drew inspiration from Johnny Depp's character's death scene in the original A Nightmare on Elm Street. A whole set had to be constructed for that scene to avoid destroying the guest house that they were filming in due to the obscene amount of blood used." And bonus fact, kind of based on a true story, a little bit, sort of. Not unlike in the film, the Foo Fighters really did go to that actual house to record their latest studio album, Medicine at Midnight, released in 2021. They were actually in the process of recording that album when Grohl and McDonnell first met and began visualizing the story. Originally, the release of the album and the premiere of the film were intended to coincide in February of 2021, but COVID caused some readjustments in the production of the film, delaying its originally intended release. And that, my friends, are 6 + 1 facts about Studio 666.